Imagine a realm so extensive it spans across 3 continents, and a power so enduring it lasted for over 6 centuries. That was the Ottoman Empire. In the late 13th century, a small Anatolian state emerged, laying the foundation of what would become one of the most influential empires in world history. This was the Ottoman Empire, named after its founder, Osman I. Osman, a skilled warrior and charismatic leader, set the stage for the empire's rapid expansion. His reign marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey that would span 6 centuries. The Ottomans, under the guidance of Osman I, embarked on a series of conquests, progressively broadening their territories. It was an era of swift expansion, marked by military prowess that would become a defining characteristic of the empire. The Ottomans were relentless, their armies formidable, their strategies innovative. They were a force to be reckoned with. But the true testament to their power came in the mid-15th century under Mehmed the Conqueror, who achieved the unthinkable, the capture of Constantinople. This momentous event not only marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, but also propelled the Ottomans into a new era of prosperity and influence. The empire reached its zenith under Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century. Under his reign, the empire stretched from Vienna to the Persian Gulf, from Crimea to North Africa. He was not only a military genius but also a reformer. He introduced legal and administrative reforms that set the foundation for a centralized bureaucratic state. This innovative structure would become a model for future empires. The Ottoman Empire was more than just a political and military entity, it was a mosaic of cultures, a melting pot of civilizations. It was a place where East met West, where tradition met innovation. It was a testament to human ambition and the power of unity. And so, the Ottoman Empire, from humble beginnings, rose to become one of the world's most formidable powers. But the Ottoman Empire was not just about the might of its sword. It was a vibrant hub of culture and learning. From the heart of Istanbul, the empire radiated cultural richness, influencing vast regions with its advancements in architecture, literature, and music. The architectural marvels of the Ottoman Empire are a testament to its cultural prowess. The empire's architects, led by the masterful Mimar Sinan, bent the rules of design and left us with iconic structures that still stand tall today. The Hagia Sophia, a majestic structure that was once a church, then a mosque, and now a museum, is a symbol of the empire's architectural grandeur. Its massive dome, towering minarets, and intricate mosaics capture the essence of Ottoman aesthetics. Then there's the Topkapi Palace, a sprawling complex of ornate rooms, lush gardens, and courtyards, which served as the main residence of the Ottoman sultans for almost 400 years. Its architecture reflects the empire's rich cultural tapestry, blending Byzantine, Persian, and Arabic influences. But the empire's cultural achievements weren't confined to architecture. Literature thrived under Ottoman rule, with poetry being a particularly favored art form. The empire was home to many great poets, including Fuzuli and Baki, whose works continue to be revered today. They wrote about love, mortality, and the human condition, offering a glimpse into the Ottoman psyche and the era's intellectual climate. Music, too, was an integral part of Ottoman culture. The empire developed a unique musical tradition, combining elements of Turkish folk music with influences from Persia, Arabia, and the Byzantine Empire. This fusion of sounds resulted in a rich, melodious, and deeply emotive musical style that continues to enchant listeners to this day. In its zenith, the Ottoman Empire was a beacon of culture and sophistication, illuminating the world with its accomplishments. Yet even the greatest of empires have their sunset. The Ottoman Empire was no exception. As the sun began to set on this expansive empire, a myriad of factors led to its eventual decline. Internal strife was one such factor. The empire, once a tightly knit, cohesive entity, began to unravel. Corruption seeped into the administrative fabric of the empire. Officials who were once paragons of integrity succumbed to the allure of power and wealth. This corruption undermined the empire's ability to govern effectively, leading to widespread discontent among the people. Military defeats also dealt crippling blows to the empire. The once fearsome Ottoman military, which had been the backbone of the empire for centuries, began to falter. The empire's inability to modernize its military in the face of rapidly advancing European powers led to a series of devastating losses. And then there were the increasing pressures from European powers. The Ottomans, who once commanded respect and fear across Europe, were now seen as a declining power. Europe, in the midst of its own expansion, began to view the Ottoman Empire as ripe for exploitation. This period, often referred to as the sick man of Europe, saw the empire increasingly isolated and under constant threat from these external forces. The empire was also plagued by nationalist movements. The diverse ethnic and religious groups within the empire, who had coexisted for centuries, began to assert their own identities. These groups, emboldened by the idea of self-determination, began to demand their own autonomy, further destabilizing the empire. The Ottoman Empire, once a beacon of power, gradually lost its luster. It was not the result of a single event but rather a slow, painful process of decline. The empire that once shone brightly began to dim, crippled by internal and external forces. It was a poignant reminder that all empires, no matter how mighty, have their sunset. The Ottoman Empire was no exception. The empire that once shone brightly began to dim, crippled by internal and external forces. The final blow came with the Great War. World War I marked the end of an era, the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire. As the 20th century dawned, the Ottoman Empire found itself entangled in a complex web of international alliances and rivalries. When the Great War erupted in 1914, the Ottomans sided with the Central Powers, namely Germany and Austro-Hungary, against the Allied forces. Their involvement in the war was marked by significant military engagements, including the infamous Gallipoli campaign. Despite fierce resistance, the Ottoman forces faced continual setbacks. By the end of the war, the empire was on the brink of collapse. In the aftermath of World War I, the victorious Allied powers sought to carve up the remnants of the Ottoman Empire. The Treaty of Sèvres in 1920 attempted to partition the empire's remaining territories among the Allies. However, the proposed divisions sparked outrage among the Ottoman populace, igniting a wave of nationalist fervor. It was in this turbulent climate that Mustafa Kemal Ataturk emerged as a leading figure. A decorated war hero, Ataturk rallied the Turkish people against the Allied occupation. His leadership led to the successful War of Independence, culminating in the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923. This treaty recognized the sovereignty of the new Turkish Republic over Anatolia and Istanbul, effectively marking the end of the Ottoman Empire. With the establishment of the Turkish Republic, Ataturk embarked on a series of sweeping reforms. He sought to modernize the country, adopting Western-style governance, legal systems, and social norms. This marked a stark departure from the Islamic traditions and imperial structure of the Ottoman past. Yet, despite the radical transformations, the legacy of the Ottoman Empire lived on. Its influence continues to permeate Turkish society, and its historical impact resonates across the regions it once ruled. Thus, the sun finally set on the Ottoman Empire, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape our world today. The Ottoman Empire may have faded into history, but its influence remains palpable. For over 6 centuries, the empire left an indelible mark on the lands it once governed, influencing not just the political landscape, but also the cultural and societal fabric of these regions. In the realm of politics, the legacy of the Ottoman Empire is perhaps most visible. The empire's centralized administrative structure, with its sultan at the helm, served as a model for many modern states. Its laws and regulations, many of which were codified in the Ottoman legal system, continue to have a significant impact on the legal frameworks of several countries in the Middle East and North Africa. But the legacy of the Ottoman Empire extends far beyond politics. The empire was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions, and this diverse heritage is still evident today. From the Balkans to the Arabian Peninsula, traces of Ottoman architecture, music, literature, and cuisine can be found. The Turkish language, once the lingua franca of the empire, continues to be spoken widely across these regions. In terms of societal influences, the empire's emphasis on education, particularly in the sciences and arts, has left a lasting impact. Many educational institutions established during the Ottoman reign continue to function, fostering the intellectual growth of generations. Finally, let's turn our gaze to modern-day Turkey, the heartland of the Ottoman Empire. Today, Turkey is a vibrant blend of East and West, a testament to its Ottoman past. The grandeur of Ottoman architecture graces its cities, its cuisine carries the flavors of the empire's diverse subjects, and its society is imbued with the traditions and values that were once at the core of the Ottoman way of life. The Ottoman Empire, a colossal power that once stretched across 3 continents, lives on, not just in the annals of history, but in the cultural and societal fabric of many nations today. Its legacy is a testament to the empire's enduring influence, a reminder of a past that continues to shape the present.